What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap video. We have somewhat of a different setup right now. The reason why is because, don't get me wrong, I love the green screen. It is not going anywhere, but for right now, it's cloudy outside. I didn't want to close my blinds, and I didn't want to subject myself to just not seeing how beautiful it is outside, okay? I want to be free. Oh gosh, where is this going? Where is this going? I think I'm still kind of flustered from yesterday's Chicago Bears and the Eagles game. If you guys didn't take a look at it, I'm not going to show you guys, but the ball was tipped, okay? If you guys are still giving Cody Parkley, or whatever his name is, if you're giving them crap, stop that right now. The ball was tipped, okay? But anyways, guys, that is all besides the point. Today, we have some news to talk about. We have some Madison Bumgarner news. Yes, Madison Bumgarner, the World Series and the postseason legend that we've all come to know and love. He is on the trading block. We'll talk about where he might end up in 2019. We have Corey Kluber, we have Bryce Harper, Trevor Bauer. I don't know why I went Corey Kluber, Bryce Harper. Oh God. We have Corey Kluber talk, Trevor Bauer, there we go, that makes more sense. We have Bryce Harper talk. There was a couple trades that went down, so what we're going to do is we are going to discuss everything because we are so close to spring training. We're about 40 days out, so if you guys enjoy baseball content, slap a like on this video, subscribe because we are getting so close to 60,000 subs, and without further ado, I was going to say let's get into it, but I feel like I say that a lot, so let's just start the video. Oh my gosh. We quickly have two little trades to talk about because I don't think they're going to make a huge difference going into 2019, but they're still trades and a lot of people should know about them. So Keon Broxton of the Milwaukee Brewers was traded to the New York Mets. So the Mets, I'm not sure what this means for Juan Lagares. Juan Lagares is one of the better defensive outfielders in Major League Baseball, but with the bat, with the stick, he's not that great, so they're trying to kind of combat that. So maybe they're going to do a platoon where Juan Lagares comes in from the 7th to the 9th inning to be a defensive replacement, and maybe Keon Broxton plays the 1 through 6 innings. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I will say that if Juan Lagares is on the trading block, there are going to be a lot of teams that go after him because he's average with the bat. He's not completely horrible. He's not the best, like I said before, but he's really good with the glove, and I'm sure a lot of guys would want that on their team. So Keon Broxton to the Mets, that's the first trade. So the second trade that we have to talk about involves the team that we have right here. I know that this is not really acceptable anymore in 2019, but the only reason why it's up is because I have like a control box back here, so I can't even open it. But anyways, I'm sure if I opened it, I would shut off all of the power in Las Vegas, so it's good that I'm covering it up. But I promise you guys, I'm going to replace that real soon, unless you guys like it. I don't know, a lot of you guys like the old school Indians logo. Kind of weird to say old school because it's not. Anyways, trade time. The New York Mets had a catcher named Kevin. Now, don't judge me on the way that I say his last name because I'm not sure how to say it. Kevin Plawecki, something like that. He is a catcher for the New York Mets. He was just traded to the Cleveland Indians. Now, the reason why this is a big trade is because we have Roberto Perez on the Indians, and the reason why I'm saying we is because I am a Tribe fan. So Roberto Perez, he is a pretty decent catcher. He is not the best. He's no Yadier Molina. He's no Joe Mauer or Buster Posey. I would say he's on the lower tier of catchers in Major League Baseball, and Kevin Plawecki, he's kind of like the same level, maybe a little bit better with the bat if he can reach his ceiling because he's still in his mid-20s. Maybe he can get 20 home runs. I don't know. Let's see if he has the potential, but that's the second trade. So the first one, Keon Broxton to the New York Mets, and then Kevin Plawecki. All right, so I pulled up his name right here, Kevin Plawecki. Okay, that's how you say his name. So he was shipped off to the Indians. Now, guys, it is time for the juicy stuff. We're going to talk about Madison Bumgarner, Corey Kluber, Trevor Bauer, Bryce Harper, everyone included. It's going to be insane. Keep watching. I'm not sure why this is still a topic of discussion considering the fact that we've been talking about this since, honestly, Thanksgiving. Almost 2 months have passed, maybe even 3 months. It might have even started in October when all of Major League Baseball and all of the reporters were coming out that the Indians were 100% for sure confirmed going to happen. If it doesn't, all the world's going to end because the reporters were wrong. They were so sure of themselves that Corey Kluber or Trevor Bauer were going to be traded, and now it is almost the second week in January, and honestly, in my opinion, I don't think they're going anywhere. The reason why is because the Indians, they are being smart about this. They're not going to trade one of their ace pitchers in exchange for a bag of peanuts, okay? The example that I want to give you guys is back when Chris Sale was on the White Sox, he was put up on the trading block, and the White Sox management was saying, you are not getting this man unless you give us a haul in return. So what did the Red Sox do? Fortunately unfortunately, it worked out for them. The White Sox, not so much. They got Michael Kopech, who is one of the top pitchers in baseball. Unfortunately, he did get Tommy John surgery, but I thought he was going to be the next Justin Verlander, and I still think that he's going to come back healthy. I think he's going to have a Matt Harvey type of career, come back really good, maybe fizzle off because of the arm. I don't know. I'm not going to say that out loud. I don't want to put that on him. So they got Kopech and a young prospect named Yoan Moncada. Everyone thought he was going to be the next Ian Kinsler or the next Dustin Pedroia over there at second base, but the guy strikes out. It seems like every single at bat, so hopefully he can reach his ceiling because he still is like 22 years old. He is very young, maybe even 21 years old. And then they got another man named Victor Diaz. So that, in my opinion, is a haul for Chris Sale. Michael Kopech, Yoan Moncada, and Victor Diaz in exchange for one guy. That's pretty solid. So guys, in the comment section down below, what do you think is going to happen with Corey Kluber and Trevor Bauer? And also, let's say that they are traded. What team would you think that they're going to go to, and what would be the haul in return? The thing that I would be going for most is if we can trade Corey Kluber to the San Diego Padres, maybe get one of their young prospect pitchers, and then maybe Hunter Renfroe. I'm a big Hunter Renfroe fan because we don't have any outfielders out in Cleveland, and this guy can mash, plus he has an absolute cannon for an arm, and he can run a little bit. So if we can get a few pitchers, maybe a bullpen arm, and Hunter Renfroe in exchange for Corey Kluber, not Trevor Bauer. I would want to keep Trevor Bauer because he's younger and we don't have to pay him as much right now. Now we are going to get into the main topic of discussion. The reason why you guys clicked on this video, Madison Bumgarner has been reported to be on the trading block, and that there has been substantial conversations of shipping him over to the Milwaukee Brewers. So if you guys don't remember, Keon Broxton was on the Milwaukee Brewers. So there's a lot of Brewers talk in today's video. I gotta stop moving my hands. I feel like Ricky Bobby. Madison Bumgarner is one of the top 10 pitchers in this league when he is healthy. I'm holding on to my shirt so I'm not waving my hands everywhere. That's just a joke. But honestly, who would you guys take in the postseason over Madison Bumgarner? If you said anyone over Madison Bumgarner, I'm gonna call you a liar and that you don't really know baseball, because if we roll these clips, Madison Bumgarner is a folklore legend in postseason baseball history.
Strikes out, and Bumgarner adds another scoreless inning. An MLB record, 48 2/3 innings pitched this postseason. Popped up. Giants win! A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Going into 2019, Madison Bumgarner is going to be 29 years old, which in terms of pitching age, it's actually relatively young considering the fact that Randy Johnson, he didn't have his best years until mid-30s, and Bumgarner is only going to be making $12 million in 2019. That is an absolute steal for someone that can get you a 2.85 ERA with 200 strikeouts and easily 200 innings if he stops riding ATVs, because, yeah, that's how he injured his ribs, I think it was, last year. I mean, what are you doing if you're a major league athlete on an ATV or a snowboard? Why? I love Madison Bumgarner, so all I want this man to do is win another World Series. To be honest with you, it's going to be weird to see him on a different team, but if we think about the Brewers, they are so close to a World Series contention. The thing that they are lacking is starting pitching. The one All-Star that they had on their team from the starting rotation, I believe, don't quote me on this, but he had a 1.85 ERA in last year's postseason, so he was a beast. Jolise Chachin, I'm pretty sure I said that right. That might have been the first time in the history of my life that I've pronounced that correctly. But, you know, he's pretty solid, but he is their lone ace. Wade Miley's about to leave as well. He had a pretty good postseason run, but I don't think Wade Miley is going to get you a 3 ERA in 2019. That's just me. But if you can add Madison Bumgarner to that mix, factor in Christian Yelich and all the other pieces that they have on the Brewers, I think they might be able to make a run if they get Bumgarner. You guys know how it goes with reporters and substantial conversations, because there's been substantial conversations with Kluber and Bauer for the last millennial, it seems like. And honestly, with Madison Bumgarner, it might just be another report just to kind of stir things up, because let's be honest, Bryce Harper and Manny Machado are taking forever. They are taking their time to sign, so we got to stir the pot up a little bit somehow. We have to, we got to make money somehow. A few other small stories that we have to talk about real quick, but the first one being Brian Dozier. He used to be on the Minnesota Twins. He was beloved there. He was honestly one of the best second basemen in the league. He was shipped over to the LA Dodgers, and honestly, if he would have played well, the Dodgers might have had a chance at winning a World Series against the Red Sox, but he really wet the bed, and I mean wet the bed, he wet the, he flooded the room. It has been reported that the Rockies are looking hard at signing Brian Dozier. Now, he is 31 years old, so I would be wary of the fact that, you know, he had a really bad second half and he's 31 years old, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hit 30 home runs and steal you 25 bags like he used to back in the day with the Twins. But if you can get him in a Rockies uniform, that might work out because the Coors Field effect would benefit him. They already signed Daniel Murphy. Now, the one downside to the Rockies is the fact that they don't have a ton of money to spend. Second issue is if they sign Brian Dozier, that's going to impede the progression of their top prospect, Brendan Rodgers, because DJ LeMahieu, their longtime second baseman, he's probably going to sign with a different team. Daniel Murphy's going to play first base, base. They have Trevor Story at shortstop. They have Nolan Arenado at third base. So that only leaves one spot open in the infield for Brian Dozier at second base. But would you rather pay Brian Dozier $10 million to play second base and maybe get you 25 home runs? Or would you rather call up a top prospect, Brendan Rodgers, for, I think he signed for a couple $1 million? Honestly, I would go the Rodgers route and save your money, but that's just me. Real quick update on Bryce Harper and the Chicago Cubs. Theo Epstein, the general manager for the Cubs, recently came out and said this: you spend what you have, you don't spend what you don't have, and you try to put the absolute best team on the field with what you do have. And that's what we've done every single year. We have more than enough resources to win, and that's the way we're going to continue to approach it. So how do I take that? The Chicago Cubs are really close to being penalized for going over the luxury line. So if they have enough resources to win in 2019 without signing Bryce Harper, I don't think they're going to go for him. From my perspective, that definitely sounds like they're content with where they're at, and they're going to try and play and win a 2019 World Series without Harper. What do you guys think of that? The last two quick little stories is apparently Adam Ottavino is in hot pursuit from the Yankees. We'll see if Manny Machado is still in pursuit. I'm not sure what the Yankees are doing right now. They're signing a bunch of pieces, so they're going to continue to get better and better and better. And then the last story is Craig Kimbrell, the ex-Red Sox closer. I think that he's going to be the current Red Sox closer going forward because there's not really a market for him aside from the Red Sox. Even though Craig Kimbrell's pretty good, he kind of implodes at random points, so that's why people are kind of trepidatious. He is getting up there in age. But the topic right now is Craig Kimbrell is most likely going to return back to the Red Sox. And guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you slap a big old fat like on this video. Subscribe because, again, we're getting so close to 60K subs. We're 60% to 100K. Almost there, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.